Okay, well, let's talk about the NBA playoffs. We got the Knicks getting their behinds whooped by Halliburton.
Hey, look, just tell it how it is. You got the Knicks finna go home, and then we're currently about to see the Timberwolves go home.
Boy, Timberwolves getting spanked.
Are we
It's currently
results?
What you say?
Shocked with these results.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that everybody's getting generally swept. I didn't expect that. I thought we would definitely see 6 and 7 games out of these series.
Here's the thing I picked up on. The OKC Timberwolves series is bugging me because I'm thinking Ant should be doing a little bit more. You feel me? Even when they won that game, he only scored 30. I'm looking for like 35, 40 point wins, right? And that Jugger Shai, in order to silence the Juggers in game 5 or game 4, he went off. So I'm kind of shocked on that one. But for the Pacers series, I'm not too shocked because the way the Knicks have been playing all season, they've been getting burnt out by their coach all season. The way they use their depth chart and everything else like that.
Yeah.
And they went 7 games against, not 7, 6 games. Was it 6? 6 or 5?
I think it was. I think you're talking about against the Celtics.
Yeah, it was 6.
I think it was 6. Yeah.
They went 6 games against the Celtics again. If you look at that Joker, Brunson looked tired as hell all day. He looks tired. He looks exhausted. Who they backup point guard?
McBride
need to be out there. He need to be out there. I mean, at some point in time, but at the moment, man, this Jokers just look tired. I don't think the Pacers are a better team. I just think they're organized better by their coach.
No, yeah. I didn't think the Timberwolves. Well, remember what I said when the series first started? I said they would need a consistent big 3 in order for them to beat the Thunder. It hasn't showed whatsoever. It's literally been Ant. Somebody will pop up from time to time, but if Ant don't ball, they not doing nothing. And
is Rudy on the team? Is he good?
Ooh.
We already know how that goes.
Is he injured?
We know how that goes, bro. I had no type of Rudy gonna have a game or two, but let's not.
I'm trying to figure out.
Rudy is Rudy.
Is Rudy injured? I'm trying to figure it out. Is he the Rudy from TV or he's the Rudy from basketball? I'm trying to figure him out because he looking like they gave him a special invitation to play basketball and be on the team, but he's not really on the team. He's just the mascot. And them defensive player of the years he got, they need to take them back. they need to take them back. They need to retire him or hand it to the dude who was number 2 because this man's a joke.
Yeah.
Everybody, their mama can score on him. I can score on him.
Rudy ain't got no feet.
Bro, I'm telling you, I feel like I could, man, put me on the court with Rudy, man. I'll put up 20 on him.
Yeah, you won't. That's cool.
Yeah, and from Lance Stevenson and Rudy Gobert were definitely supposed to show up, and they've just been MIA, just kind of like out of it. Maybe it's like I guess the moment, that's gotten to them or whatever the case may be. But I mean, the Timberwolves have just completely just let OKC.
I think it is. I think it is a bit of the moment, and I didn't recognize it until I actually sat down and watched them. That Thunder defense is crazy, swarming. So I can understand how it possibly isn't going the way that they thought it would go.
And I mean, they can't even say that because you know how they're calling him the free throw merchant or whatever, Shai, and you can't even say that that's the reason why they're winning. The series.
Oh no!
Just whooping the Timberwolves behind. You know what I mean?
Maybe game 1.
The only game they could have said that. Well, I think it was game 2 where he literally had 14 free throws. That's kind of wild. But
I thought game 1 was when he was. They showed all the flops that was going on with him. But I mean, at the end of the day, this is a beatdown. There's a beatdown, a mismatch. However you want to call it, it's just ugly.
Mm-hmm.
And the Timberwolves don't look put together
at all.
And I think that's just different from. This is just a mismatch. Difference between what we're seeing with the Knicks and the Pacers. Knicks are just exhausted. Pacers got a lot of energy. OKC is just overpowering a very weak Timberwolves team. And Anthony Edwards, he hasn't, although his game has matured, he hasn't been able to put it all together yet and be able to truly turn it on like a light switch. Because that's what we're seeing with Shai. Shai is turning it on like a light switch and getting wherever he wants to get, and he knows where on the court is his best shot. Where is he most effective? And I don't think Anthony Edwards has figured that part out because, yes, he's gotten better at threes, but is that your best game, right? Yes, you can dunk the ball, but is that your best game, right? Or do you got a smooth post move? Are you a facilitator? Like, what is your game? Or are we still trying to figure out what does a perfect Anthony Edwards look like? And at the moment, he's getting shown up by a more complete player on the other side. Not saying that he can't be better than Shai down the road, but at this exact moment, Shai's a more complete player than what Anthony Edwards is right now.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
I think it's a maturity on Anthony Edwards' part. I don't think like mentally he's like there yet. He has all the skills, he has the confidence, we all know that. But I think it's just like that maturity level to like really like lock in a situation like this where like you really got to put your whole entire team on your back. Whether other people are playing their roles or not, like you still have to put your team on your back. And I don't think that's clicked yet for him. Like I know he knows he's the superstar of that team, but to really just like Shai is, like he knows it's him. He knows how to apply his skills when it's necessary. He knows when to reel it in, when to, go all out and things like that. And I don't think Ant is quite there yet.
I found it interesting. The other day after the game, he said, I don't feel like I had a bad day. I feel like I was making all the right plays. It was either it just wasn't coming to him or that OKC was defending him. And when he said that, I instantly thought of LeBron because everybody used to piss on LeBron about was like, why LeBron didn't take that shot, why he passed the ball. Because LeBron was always worried about what's the right basketball play. He wasn't always worried about scoring at a certain extent. And I wonder if he's been watching or during the Olympics, he really was stuck by LeBron's side. And he's kind of like, if you want to be frank, LeBron didn't truly become that pure, yeah, I'm him, when he got to Miami and he just started yamming on everybody. He really started working on his shooting before he went back to Cleveland and all that.
Well,
like you said, it just takes that little maturity.
That comes from, for LeBron, that comes from D Wade talking to LeBron's ear and letting him know, like this is your team. You need to take over the game. There's no reason.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He don't have nobody like that. He never. I don't never will.
He's not going to have nobody like that because again, the guys he didn't come in with anybody like that, right? On his team who had already won a championship prior to him being there and was the guy, right? D Wade already did that with Shaq, right? So he already knew what time it was. But also he had already went against some really good players, legends in his title run. But for Anthony Edwards, you're right. He's making the right basketball play, but even Kobe also mentioned it, and I think again D Wade mentioned it as well. In certain moments, it's not about the right basketball play because the right basketball play might be, throw it to the dude in the right corner because he's wide open. That's the right basketball play. He's a high percentage 3-point shooter. However, the right play in this moment and in these time periods of the game is for you to score the ball. Is for you to make everyone realize you're that much better than they are, and you have to be dominant. And I don't think he knows knows when to be dominant. I just think he's still trying to figure out the game. And this could be because of coaching as well. Because certain coaches should be able to talk to your ear and let you either light the fire or put guys around you who he can trust to throw the ball to. Because if he's making the right basketball play, like LeBron, right? If he's making the right basketball play, he's throwing it to the best guy for that moment or that situation, but the guys are not delivering. So either you put some guys around who can deliver, or you speak to him in his ear and say, bro, just score. Don't worry about anybody else. Just score. If you score 100 points this game, just score. Because at this point, we're not talking about is the Timberwolves good. We're talking about is Anthony Edwards' legacy still solidified as the future face of the NBA. That's what we're talking about
Oh, I
now.
mean,
Because
I
so
mean, we got to think about him. Remember, and it's still 23.
I
He's
mean
still
he's
got maturity to his game. So because one thing I noticed, we know he can shoot the three. He got better at that this year. You know he gonna drive. He got to get that consistent mid range at this point.
and that's
Once
the
he
part.
slide that, he gonna be solid.
That's the part he said he's hoping to get better at is the mid range because Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion, is the most. I think he might be bigger than Anthony Edwards or whatnot, but his
Oh yeah,
body type for some reason seems very similar. And I think that's a guy that he can look at and be like, look, his mid range is so nasty that people are so scared of his mid range, but when he dropped that for a three, they scared of him doing that too. So he's just a well rounded player. Again, a complete player can dominate in this league today because most guys are not complete.
no fact. Talk
Which
about these sad Knicks.
I had them going all the way. Like,
man,
I feel like a lot of people did.
Like, I really did not think like this would be the outcome. I really thought like they had the perfect team, the perfect everything, and boy, the Pacers.
No, it really is. Like it's legit what Purnell said. It's a combination of the way that Tibbs coaches. He expects a lot out of his stars. I didn't see it. I was trying to notice what it is when I watched them that first game. I was like, dang, they just running. And then somebody said it while I was watching it. It's the pace at which the Pacers, no pun intended, it's the pace at which the Pacers play. They play at such a pace and they make you play theirs. And so when you ain't got nothing but starters on your line, that hurts. And then the main thing that kills me about the Knicks, they are so, to their detriment, Brunson-centric. They act like they don't know how to do anything if he's not on the floor.
Yeah.
That's why when they had that run when he was off, everybody was like, oh, look at Cat taking off. Oh, look at him scoring, keeping up. Eventually, of course, they lost, but it still looked good to see them scoring without him.
They gotta know that that is a problem. Jalen Brunson is nice and he's good, right? But this run from Jalen Brunson, JB, I'm gonna call him JB for now because the other JB didn't really be. Josh looking at me like he keeps going at this guy. But
no, you talking about JT or are you talking about JB? Who, no. JB also didn't live up to it, so keep it up.
That's true. But here's my thoughts, right? Do y'all remember that Miami Heat in the bubble or right before the bubble? The Miami Heat with Jimmy Butler and they played against the Lakers or something like that. I think it was like that time period. And Jimmy looked like he was so tired in that series. That
he was the only people doing something.
He was the only one doing anything. And this is exactly that same thing. Because when you see Jalen Brunson, he basically lowered it in the shoulder to run a dude over just to get across half court. And ain't nobody coming to get the ball. Nobody coming to get the ball.
But Jalen's 6'1", so he can't help but put his shoulder on somebody.
It don't make a difference, bro. If everyone is seeing, even the Pacers noticing it, that JB is the weak link, not because he's not good, it's just because he's so exhausted he can't defend. He's so exhausted he can't come up the court. He's so exhausted that even if he gets a foul or shoot a shot, he either gonna airball it, miss it, and he ain't gonna go run for the ball. Like he may give you one or two passes that's like, oh man, he might still be in the game, but he's gassed. And he's just trying to push through. The problem with this series was that the Pacers, when they beat the Cavaliers so smoothly, they got time to rest, relax, breathe, chill, get their energy back. And then they come into the series where the Knicks had to play them, 2 days after beating the Celtics? Them boys, they were done for. They coach, and the way they're organized is a problem. And so I don't think Tibbs loses his job for this, but I think they're going to ask him to adjust his way of play. And this is why certain coaches win championships, and this is why certain coaches don't win championships. Because yes, you have a good guy, you have a good players or whatever, but you got to realize when you have a superstar and when you just have a good solid star. Because superstar, you can do all that too, and they won't be tired. They won't be X, Y, and Z. They're gonna keep moving. But when you just got a star, I haven't seen too many superstars get exhausted in the playoffs, no matter how much they're used. I haven't seen too many superstars do that. But I've seen regular stars get tired, exhausted in moments like this because this is all they can do.
Nah, Bronson's definitely a superstar. But
See,
you
look,
know,
y'all passing that tag everywhere to give everybody a superstar
you
tag.
know, doggone well, I do not pass that tag out to everybody.
So, but where are we saying he's a superstar? I just think he's a really good
Are you talking about the clutch man of the year who's consistently showing that through the playoffs as well?
I don't know.
He's doing it again.
Halliburton look like he that guy.
Oh, cool. Oh, okay, cool. Halliburton was literally the second man up besides that.
He's in New York causing problems all week.
Cool. We can see that. We can recognize somebody for who they are and still see somebody else for who they are as well.
What do you? Okay, how about this? Everybody get a definition of what a superstar is.
For me, or what everybody else define it as?
For you, what do you define a superstar
for
is?
For me, a superstar for me is someone who consistently shows up and is the reason why your team wins. You cannot win without your superstar. They cannot win without Bronson at all. They can't. We already know that. Because if Bronson don't show up, they don't go nowhere. That's the reason why he's the clutch man of the year. Halliburton has showed up during the playoffs at such a high level to where it's not even overshadowing Bronson. It's just a simple fact that he can't get a consistent effort out of his team. One, because the way that Tibbs plays his starters, they are tired out at this point. And when you don't consistently play your bench when they could be needed, that's a detriment to your team overall and its chances of winning.
The superstar doesn't get tired out. If the rest of the team,
yes, they do. They are still human. They cried this about LeBron years ago, talking about getting tired out. They had the same issue with Curry getting tired out. I've heard this from many different players. No,
LeBron in his 20s ain't getting tired out for nobody and their mama. He ain't doing nothing. LeBron at 37, at 35, 37, he tired. But LeBron from 17, 18 years old to 35, tired don't even sound like a thing. I don't even think I saw Curry get tired because the thing about how they shuffle him around, how they move him around.
I've definitely seen him get tired.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I've ever seen Kobe.
Not when everything is on the line, though. I've never seen a superstar get tired when the game is on the line.
Brunson laying down on the court. He is. Hey, I got here. Y'all didn't expect me to be here. That's enough for me. But I'm just.
I guess.
And look, let's be real. Halliburton overshadowing everything that Brunson has done leading up to this because again, the Pacers knocked him out last year.
Well aware.
And so this is back-to-back seasons where the Halliburton, Big Shot, whatever you want to call it, is going into New York doing his thing. Their best game that the Knicks thought they had a 19-point lead. Their best game, you had a dude on the sideline shooting 5 threes. I think he had 5 threes in the fourth quarter, whatever, 6 threes in the fourth quarter. But that shot that's sitting in the overtime, that was the heartbreaker. Because that joker went past the 3-point line, turned around, had enough time to realign himself, shoot the ball, watch the bit go up in the air, miss, go up, and come in. That man, he done took everything out of what JB done so far in this playoffs, man. At this point, I'm rooting for the Pacers to make it far. OKC defense and their length looks like it might be a serious problem.
No, I like that matchup between Pacers and OKC.
The finals is going to be so good this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is going to be... I don't care what nobody say. This was good basketball this year.